So now, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Talk Podcast. Today, I'm sitting in the kitchen, so forgive me if there are any noises. But I cannot believe it, and you guys will definitely also not believe it. I'm thinking to myself, what is going on in the UK? Is there something different in the water? What is happening? Because this cannot be true. Just recently, we had the scandal talking about Lily Phillips, right? Which I talked about a lot, if you guys remember. And now we're talking apparently about her friend, the worst part or the darkest side, as the channel is called Misha Petrov. So we are reacting to Misha Petrov, which I think she's doing a great job. Definitely enjoy this video. You guys will somehow be watching it with me. But anywho, so Bonnie Blue is apparently um, the worst, how to say it, how do you say this, just worse, she's just bad, it's just so bad I cannot find words for it. And let's just take a quick look. This is not even the video I actually want to react to, but this is one part that just explains how insane this is, and I don't even know how I ever missed this. But to be honest, to some degree I'm thinking lucky you don't have no idea about this person up till Lily Phillips. So let's go.
That this kind of content and the porn industry in general, right, it perpetuates an idea that objectifying men and women is somehow acceptable and we should normalize it. She's also appeared on a channel called Saving Grace for an interview that I want to take a look at. Maybe this will give us some insight into her mindset and help us better understand where she's coming from. If there's even a sliver of hope that she may change for the better in the future.
When you started OnlyFans, was it just like underwear pics?
No, you have to be interested for that. So I went from 0 to 100 very quickly.
You went
overnight.
straight to.
Actively seeking out barely legal teens.
Then in November last year, there's
Right.
something in Australia called Schoolies.
Okay.
So it's fresh 18-year-olds. They just finished school. They go partying.
Right.
To be fair, they came to me.
Right.
Coming to the location I lived at. So I was like, I'm going to open my door to them.
Of course.
And shame on this woman too who's interviewing her. She should push back a little bit if she just.
That is such a good point. Like the fact that the other person is sitting there thinking, of course, right, why not? It's so normal. Everyone does that. Is mind blowing. It's so mind blowing. I was trying to understand who this podcast host is. I'm not even sure how to refer to the person, but I mean, her, I guess. It's just mind blowing.
Disagrees with her. If she agrees with her, then this whole situation is even sadder. Maybe you're just not very confrontational and you want to keep things civil. You can totally do that, but also say, hey, what? That's kind of crazy. I disagree with that. That's weird.
So I totally agree. This is cringe. It is bad. It is weird. The reaction of the podcast host is surprising. Obviously, I haven't seen the whole thing. And you guys should take a look to the channel that I'm reacting to. I'm already a bit over 6 minutes in. But also, you guys can kind of prepare into what the next topic is going to be, because I think this is so mind blowing. I really just wanted to show you guys a clip of small introduction, how this woman operates, how her mindset already is, and how people around it are just so comfortable to entertain this and invite. I mean, I guess a YouTube podcast show is who cares, so and so. It's quite big though. It's like 500,000 people already following. But I also saw another clip about this where this woman was literally invited to a TV everyday morning kind of show, right? Your news, your local kind of news show, if that makes sense. And that itself is also mind blowing, because I guess to some degree I'm kind of not sure with what I'm doing myself, because there's something about you want to talk about it and you want to point out the wrongdoing in the sense of, oh my God, be careful. This is how they might, lure you into this kind of mindset, or just, I don't know. But at the same time, we are all kind of promoting it. So this woman is sitting on different kind of platforms, getting more and more and more free advertising, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I think there's something meaningful about, talking about this, because it is, oh God, it's so mind-blowing. Let's just take a bit more of a look and then get ready.
Young girls, your main target audience. This needs to be taken down. This is absolutely grim. I'm actually in shock listening to this.
Have like a little bit of a convo with them when they come in, or do you just straight
Yeah,
to
because
it?
bless them, they're so nervous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They're holding their ID up, they're shaking, they're trying
Oh,
to sign the
God.
consent forms. It's looking like I'm literally holding them like.
Okay, wait a minute, right? For what I understood so far, the situation of what happened last year in November, or whenever that last year was, right? What happened was in that area, there is the school where these young teenagers who just all turned 18, whatever, and they are partying, and they would come up to her. For me, maybe I just took this wrong and I understood this to be a club setting where they approached her, because now I'm thinking, if this was to be a club setting, how is like signing NDAs or signing whatever kind of contract is kind of weird. So given that I do not know too much up until this point about this person, this is what she does. For people out there who have no idea, like me, to understand clearly, obviously OnlyFans, all that stuff involved included, this is what she does. So don't be surprised if it gets worse.
To their will, but I can understand why they'd be nervous.
100%.
They don't know me. They've just queued up for hours on end. All they know is that I'm videoing it, and they don't know what to expect.
Now, I'm not a psychologist. If you are, by the way, and you're watching, please feel free to chime in, because I seriously get psycho vibes from this woman. I mean, even with Lily Phillips, even though what she did was really crazy, right? Like, she had that whole documentary, sleeping with 100 men in one day. She had a moment where she broke down in tears, and
we all remember that moment, right? We remember that moment, and I'm sorry for interrupting again, but remember the emptiness in her eyes, just as a lot of these women have. There's just this dead stare. I don't know. There must be something going on.
that was just for clout too, for clicks, and she was faking the whole thing. Totally possible. However, I would bet that she's more likely to turn things around. There's something about Bonnie Blue. She seems completely detached, right? Zero shame, no respect for herself or other people. I mean, harassing random workers, propositioning.
I'm sure you guys want to take a look into that part when it says, where she said, harassing random people. That was literally the starting of this clip. Let me show you guys. Da-da-da-da-da. Where is it? Somewhere here.
Disturbing, but also gives me some hope, because watch his reaction.
Exactly.
I just wondered, I can't see it on the menu, but where do I get the Five Guys from? The Five Guys. I didn't know if it was like a special room where you can take me out back.
No, I don't think that's happening.
What about after your shift? I mean, I'd want to give you, a good rating.
I'm a Christian man and I'm saving myself.
I'm asking for what's on the menu, that's all.
Genuinely, I feel like I'm doing it right now. I can hand you a menu if you want.
Are you on it?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame.
Are you on it? Why are you harassing random men? This is so disgusting, and I know everyone is saying this, everyone's thinking it, but if it was a man who said this, oh, where are the 5 women at, haha, everyone would be canceling him, everyone would be commenting, that's disgusting.
We all know that that is very true. We will be calling the police and shouting harassment charges left and right. We know that is very true. If that was to be a man, things and reactions would definitely be different.
And you're harassing this poor woman, and thankfully people are calling her out, but this is just more socially acceptable for whatever reason, right? Because she's a woman, so she gets to do this. I mean, it is so creepy. Thankfully, this man stands his ground, right? He firmly declines her advances, says, I'm a Christian, waiting for marriage, right? Good for him, respect. But the very disturbing part of all this, and really, really disgusting, is that she did not take no for an answer at first, or she kept going. And her whole thing is, well, actually, this is very educational, what I'm doing, right? It's going to help the men, it's going to help the women, but then you're not taking no for an answer. Ignoring his boundaries, it is gross, plain and simple. And like I said,
yeah, I mean, I don't want to go there, but some people might say, she is somehow forcing herself almost on this young man, right? Like, if that was to be roles kind of reversed, these are the kind of language we would be using. Why are you forcing yourself on me? Why are you harassing me? And talking about seeing hope. I have so much respect for this young man that he did not, entertain her nonsense in any way, shape, or form. First, giving that, you don't know this person, okay? That is so random. Second, you're at work, okay? And third, nowadays, I think we live in such a crazy time where it's so weird. But me watching this, I'm thinking to myself for the first time, probably out loud, you must be thinking in almost every situation you're getting recorded. Someone is trying to use you to do whatever, which is so bad, right? But my part that I want to say is where I also see hope is the fact that there are other people, and there are really more people who call these behavior out, which is so great. And from different angles, like this has nothing to do with only people who are religious or whatever. I don't think that's the fact. Just people with the right mindset and who care, they are speaking on this, and that gives me hope, because I think this has nothing to do with being prude, boring, or whatever. Like we all understand how fun looks like, and we will agree that this is not what fun should be, or education. I don't see the educational part in this at all.
That thankfully people also see this for what it is. So what a legendary response from a young lad. Imagine if a man was asking a girl this exactly. This is actually so weird. You are absolutely vile. Makes me sick. You're a predator. I'm just kidding. Not this predator.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in some way, like if giving the fact that we're putting this behavior out there and we're saying, flip this is the language we would be hearing.
Harassing people and thinking it's okay. And then the man that was recorded on X, he said, Bonnie Blue recording me at work was not on my bingo card for this year, but here we are, I guess. Real talk though, I'm actually okay. I thought it was funny at first, but in hindsight, she never asked for my age, never asked for my consent to post, and persisted after several times of me saying no. And this is part of a much larger problem.
This is definitely a big problem. And I think, to be honest, I don't know why I care. I could not really explain it, right? Because I don't know this person, but there's just something in me that just wishes that no woman out there or man puts himself in that kind of position. I cannot explain it. It's just maybe because I think I care for myself and I don't see myself doing that. That's why I care for those people, even though I don't know them. But to be honest, I think this is so mind-blowing, right? This is just, it's heartbreaking, it's shocking, it's disgusting, and it's scary. It's scary to me. I'm going to say it again and again and again. It's scary because we just don't know. Like, look and think about how many people this woman has been having, what with. Is this social work, or is this just spreading diseases? What are you doing? And what are you doing to yourself? And that is the thing, the biggest problem at the end, because at some point I'm going to shut up about it. Everyone's going to shut up about it. The videos are going to get old. I don't want to see it. But, the only person who's going to be facing the biggest problem is her at the end. And that is so sad.